Welcome to Truth, Love, and Other Frivolous Things. I am your host, Ian Ducharme. Today, I want to talk about what I believe in. It was funny the first time someone's ever asked me seriously what I believe in. Like, that's not something I'm used to being asked, first off. But when I was asked this, it came out of nowhere. First time meeting the guy, it was my ex's half-brother. And just threw me right off. And, well, I had an answer. And he seemed to like the answer. And basically what I told him was I believe that the universe created us. And that we are just the universe experiencing itself. And I went into an explanation of why I think that. You know, I think it's, to me, it's the most logical and basic form of spirituality. Like, it's something I could really build off of. Because, it's just the fact that we are made of space dust. We are made of exploded stars and crap that have come together and created this earth, and then we came from this earth, and it's crazy to think about. Like, we are space dust. and why wouldn't why would consciousness be a thing? Like, what kind of thing is consciousness? No, scientists debate this to this day, so it's not like I have an answer for that. But this consciousness thing is crazy, and to me, it seems like it's something that, all animals have consciousness. I think even plants have consciousness. The thing I've been debating more and more is whether things have consciousness, which is hard to imagine or hard to think of in that way, but there's a scientist that has his theories where I get this information from. But I don't know if things exactly have consciousness. If they do have consciousness, it's a very, very, very low level. I mean, they don't even have nerve endings to feel anything. I guess either do plants, but plants, do send electrical impulses and crap. They do respond to what you do to it physically. So it's a weird thing. And I just think it's as simple as that. The universe was created. I think the universe created itself for life. As if the universe thinks. I don't know. It's a weird thing to believe, I suppose. But I got to talking to other people about what they believe in. And there's lots of little theories out there that are really cool theories. I personally like the one where we are all just the same being or the same soul, but once we live our life and we die, we just get put into another body. Then and when you die, there's no such thing as space, time, and all this crap. So you basically go, you can live your life, and die in 2014. And then your soul be put into some Asian lady, 500 BC, say. I don't know. And live out that life. When that lady dies, that same soul comes back. And basically, it's the same soul living all the lifetimes, all around us, for eternity or whatever, until, I guess, humanity ceases to exist. But I think maybe even we're animals, too. That one I like a lot, because the implications are wild. If you are me and I am you, then, the golden rule is, don't do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. So it's the golden rule, but in its own sense, I don't want to mess with that guy because that guy's me. Whether he realizes he's me or not, he's me. And I think that's what they call Christ consciousness. I'm not too sure. I've seen some TikToks where but he talks about Christ consciousness. But I think that's the same similar idea. We're all God, essentially. I think consciousness itself is the God, and we are just part of it. We all have God in us. Maybe that's the whole metaphor. I don't know. My one friend thinks Earth is just essentially is hell, which I don't blame him for thinking. That like right now we are all experiencing some sort of cosmic washing machine where like we were bad in our past lives and they're like, no, we're condemning you to Earth. Not hell, but Earth. And you're gonna live out you're gonna have to live out a horrible life or try to make your life better. You have to prove yourself or something to, I don't know, whoever put you there. I think it's an interesting concept. I, on the other hand, am a glass half full guy, and I think Earth is more or less would be like heaven. I think Earth is heaven. Well, especially in this day and age, like anybody living in the West is like got it made. Even homeless people are, they don't have a food problem. They don't even have a housing problem because a lot of them don't even want housing. They just do what they do and they're not really, you can give them a house, but they'll still sleep on the street, Perfect example is John the Bum. He lived in my hometown and, mostly the people watching this or listening to this are from Kirkland Lake and they can attest to this. John the Bum, like he would just sleep on benches and stuff. He won the lottery, and he's not, I think he's illiterate or something. He's not really good with money. He's not good with I don't think he could read. He'd sleep on benches and stuff. But like I used to work at Tim Hortons, and this guy would come with a $20 bill. He looked like a bum. Raggedy clothes, he smelled and everything, the whole nine. He hardly spoke. He just come up with $20 bill every day with the $20 bill, hand it to me and be like, soup, Pepsi, which meant chicken noodle soup and a can of Pepsi. and he wouldn't want his change back. You just, I try to give him his change. He's good. Decent tipper. And I'm pretty sure someone told me he had a house and everything. And he just never, he goes there sometimes. I guess. I don't know. Actually, he died, though. So rest in peace, John. You're an icon in Kirkland. Yeah, don't know how I got talking about him, but but anyways, I think life on Earth, if it isn't already heaven, we can at least make it heaven. You know what I mean? Like we can make the best out of anything. We have the knowledge and resources. We have everything at our disposal. If you're poor, there's social programs for just about everybody. At least in Canada, and I assume the U.S. also has lots of social programs. So, I hear that argument a lot, like, "Oh, the U.S. is so bad," and then the big retort is, "U.S. has social programs too." I don't know, but. I think we're just lucky as all fucking hell in this world, man. Everybody's lucky. We're lucky to even be alive right now. It's one thing to win the sperm race, but against, 1,000,000,000 odds, that you either get, shot into a sock or, you're, on somebody's face or whatever else, or you get swallowed or all these nasty ways of disposing of kids. But man, we won the sperm race in that one faithful evening. For the most times it's evening, and we won. Now to be fertilized and to grow, you have to, hopefully you don't have any deformities or abnormalities or disabilities. Like, even then, like, you could just die in the womb. You could be a stillborn. You know what I mean? And then you come out, and then you got to survive, like, your life at that point. Like, and to have good enough parents that'll feed you and take care of you. Now, maybe not everyone has those sort of things, but that's also why we have things like the foster care system or whatever have you, but I think it's a miracle we're all here, man. It's a miracle we came from life and we can create it. We're sort of gods in our own right as we destroy anything around us arbitrarily. It's what seems like arbitrarily in some cases. But we give life, we take life away. We control the environment around us. We build houses with AC and fucking heating and shit. Like, we are just so, like, people are awesome, okay? Just gonna say, people are friggin' awesome. And, it sucks that, there's negativity in the world and that people do bad things and they don't realize that, I'm them and they're me, so they do stupid shit. But I still think humanity's awesome, and I think we should all strive for greatness and self-improvement, because I think that's the big thing that's happening. People aren't improving themselves, they're blaming society and everything else, because the news and social media just hyper, they make the negativity come right to the surface. Anything positive, no one really looks at or comments or everybody always reacts to the negative shit, and me included. Like, that's why I got all sorts of stupid political stuff on my stuff, because I comment on the outrageous political alignments of the world. I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. Politics, everyone knows politics. Politics suck. And it'll create a reaction. And then politicians use that reaction to do whatever they will. They tell you what you want to hear. Or they do, make controversy to make everybody, and I don't know. It's all just a game to them. But regardless, humanity's awesome. We have some flaws. It shows, but all in all, if we could all just come together, realize we're all one, we'll all live happily ever after. I know, pipe dreams, but we gotta stay positive. And we gotta be excited for the future. There's so much negativity out there, and people like, oh, we're all gonna die, and blah, 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 blah. And it's not like, no, we're not gonna die. And, there's been revolutions over revolutions. People changing what we know of as a society, what society is, and challenging the norms, and people are gonna be just fine. It's the animals I'm more concerned about, like the overfishing, the overhunting, the plastics in the ocean. That's what I'm worried about. It's not to say that, like, hey, like, animals do go extinct. Animals die sometimes. It just you just didn't make it, and like, that's natural selection. That's nature. But if we can just not cause it ourselves, that would be great. That would be great. And I think people should just do things more. You complain about garbage here and there, like in the bush, say. Just bring a garbage bag with you, clean it up. Like, I plan on doing that. I don't know. I just started work, and I have to figure out even my podcasting schedule, what I'm going to do. But like, one of these weekends, I'm definitely going to go clean up around where I go for a walk there. I don't know. It's not a hard thing to do. You're already out there doing nothing. Might as well help the earth a bit. But I think people should act on things like that more. And another thing, like, like those guys that are cleaning up the ocean and then using the ocean plastic to make bracelets and then sell them to fund the whole ocean plastics thing. Man, we gotta do more things like that. And hey, maybe if this podcast blows up and I start getting paid money for this, I could just use all the proceeds to help some environmental cause. Maybe one day. Until then, I gotta get my shit together first. Can't save the world when my life's falling apart. Not that it's falling apart, but like, y'all know what I'm saying. Yeah, so like I just mentioned, I just started work again. Working for a guy making cabinets. So that's a great development in the personal life of Ian. But it also means that when it comes to uploading videos, like our podcasts, and me even sitting here doing this tonight, like, it kind of sucks doing this after I worked all day. But, sacrifices need to be made to do great things. And I think more people should do that. But ultimately, do what you want. You're your own person. You think for yourself. Don't listen to me if you don't like me. That's for sure. Don't listen to me if you don't agree with me. Like, actually tell me. I'm on the social medias. I'm sure you could find me somewhere and you could tell me how wrong I am. I would really like to enjoy that. I like instances where people challenge my opinions and stuff. It just sucks that people are so sensitive about it. Where, like, by the time they, like, I'm talking a bunch of bullshit, and by the time they even speak up and say, like, oh, that's not right, this is what I think, they're already pissed off. And so it's like they say something, I'm like, wow, I don't think that's right because of this. It just pisses them off more. And it's like, man, like, we have to do this to figure out what's what. Like, you say your thing, I poke holes in it, you plug those holes with more logic or whatever you have on your side, your arsenal of knowledge and experiences and all this stuff, and you poke holes in my stuff, so I do the same thing, and until eventually it's like, what, your idea is probably better than mine, or my ideas, might be better than yours. I don't know. Let's talk about it and see. And it just sucks that our society is not equipped for that. It seems like I don't know what happened, with people. I feel like back in the day, people, like, before my time, I feel like, like all these older guys, like, you could tell them to go fuck off and they'll just tell you to go fuck off. And then they'll just never think of that interaction the rest of the day. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't care. They don't care. They know what they know. And they'll tell you what's on their mind. And other, like, we should get at least some of that back. At least the say what's on your mind thing back. Everyone should just say what's on their mind. Just speak your truth or whatever the hell you want to call it. Be genuine, be honest, and just, speak up. I think that's what happened with a whole lot of, like, well, especially with, like, COVID and stuff. People didn't speak up. It's like, they kept taking it. And then it's like 2 years in, now it's like, it takes people protesting and stuff to get anything done around here. You know what I mean? Our economy's shit. Everything's gone to shit. But people are awesome. And, Canada is not its government. Canada is the country. Canada is the geography. It's the people. It's the culture. That's what Canada is. Canada is not Justin Trudeau. Canada is not the Liberal Party or the Conservative Party or any party. Canada is not any party. Canada is Canada. Canada's the people. Canada's, like I said, the geography. It's everything. You know, we have 4 seasons, you know, or you go up north and you just have the one. I don't, like, it's just is what it, you know, like, you know, we have a diverse geography. You go out west, it's different than when you go out east. It's different when you go up north, and different regions of Canada just are so different. It's awesome. I love Canada. Canada's like, well, it's my favorite country for sure. But yeah, I think that is it for this episode. I'm hopefully gonna continue doing the once a week. I'm a little late this week. Like I said, I just got workout schedule and that, and you know, I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna be, every Thursday I'm gonna have a podcast. No, I can't make any promises because, you know, I'm just starting out, still figuring out my groove. Still, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable in front of the mic and stuff, but we'll see how she goes. Anyway, follow me on Twitter or Facebook. I have a Facebook page. I got Instagram at TLOFT podcast. Yeah, and that's it. All right. Have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you the next episode.